How did Spot Gotham go from being one of the biggest rising rap stars out of Florida to getting shot over 20 times in a drive-by and then getting called out for snitching on his friend, which ultimately ended his career? And what about the viral TikTok rapper who ended his career before it even began by allegedly murdering his own barber in broad daylight? In today's video, we're diving into the downfall of viral rappers who completely disappeared and where they are now. Time does really fly by because I remember just like it was yesterday when everyone was doing the beatbox challenge back in 2020, and it all started from when the Florida native Spot Gotham blew up on the rap scene. Spot Gotham grew up in Jacksonville and started rapping when he was just 9 years old. He learned how to rap from his uncles who would freestyle together, and by the age of 14, Spot was already posting his own freestyles online. Unfortunately, he came to realize that making money from raps wasn't easy at all. So in his mind, he didn't have a choice but to get involved in the streets from early. But when he was 15, Spot and his boys tried to steal a car but got caught when another guy they were with abandoned them. Their car broke down and they split up to find another one. And you could definitely tell that these guys were amateurs because ultimately one of his friends found a truck with the keys inside but drove off, leaving Spot and another friend behind. Someone in the area called the cops and Spot and his friend were arrested while walking down the street with guns. Despite this setback, Spot had a big win that year. Although he hadn't released any official songs, his freestyles were gaining attention online. A few months after his arrest for grand theft auto and gun charges, he teamed up with Say Cheese TV to promote his tracks. This was a smart move. From here, Spot started releasing music in 2018 with songs like Street Gossip and My Problems. Then in 2019, he dropped his first mixtape and began to gain some traction. He kept working hard in the studio, but it wasn't until 2020 that everything changed for him. In April 2020, Spot Gotham released Beatbox and quickly became the hottest new rapper out of Florida. The track gained millions of streams and went viral after a TikToker named June Elite used it for the Junebug challenge. Beatbox brought Spot Gotham into the mainstream, and his popularity soared even more with the release of several remixes. Big names like Pooh Shiesty, Polo G, NLE Chopper and DaBaby all featured on different versions, resulting in a total of 9 remixes. Each new release continued to rack up impressive numbers, and I'll be honest, the songs were catchy as fuck. Despite achieving hundreds of millions of streams and forming new industry connections, Spot Gotham's career took a sharp turn. In July 2021, he allegedly pointed a gun at a parking lot attendant in Miami during an argument over a $1.80 fee, resulting in a warrant for his arrest. When the police found him, he was in a hotel room with an AK-47 next to him. He was booked on assault and gun charges, but his troubles didn't end there. In September 2021, while recording at House of Hits studio in Miami, Spot Gotham made the mistake of posting his location on social media. This should be the #1 rule for any famous rapper: never ever ever post your location. And just after leaving the studio, he and a friend were attacked on I-95 with their car being hit over 20 times. Spot Gotham was shot 5 times in the legs but survived. Although rumors initially claimed he died in a gunfight, he made a full recovery. No one was arrested for the shooting, but there were several reasons why someone might have targeted him. A few months before the shooting, rumors spread that Spot Gotham had snitched on his friend Y and R Mookie. This rumor started when Young and Ace's friend Spinner Benz received and posted paperwork allegedly proving Spot Gotham's betrayal. Many fans only knew Spot Gotham for Beatbox and his remixes, unaware of his involvement in one of the deadliest rap beefs in history. Jacksonville has become a battleground due to a feud between Young and Ace's ATK crew and Julio Fulio's KTA gang. Violence erupted allegedly after Spot Gotham was rumored to have snitched. At a block party, ATK and Y&R clashed, leading to gunfire where Young and Ace grazed Y and R Mookie, who retaliated. Spot Gotham, supposedly cooperating with police, was found with weapons and drugs at Mookie's place. Despite Spot denying snitching, the rumors tarnished his rap career. Beatbox propelled him to fame, but the snitching allegations threatened his success. Even though Spot denied it, the damage to his reputation was already done. Spot even paid Lil Durk $100,000 to meet up in the studio and make a video together. But apparently Bandman Kevo told Say Cheese that Lil Durk returned the money without making a song. That's because Durk doesn't mess around.
I looked into the camera and I told you, if you a rat, I fucking hate you.
This situation not only damaged Spot's industry connections, but he also lost friends over it. When the news spread that Durk gave back the money, Fulio sided with Durk, saying Spot was in the wrong. Spot fired back, calling Fulio out and denying that Durk ever returned the money. Losing friends wasn't the only problem Spot faced. He also had legal troubles to deal with. In June 2022, he got in trouble with the law in Miami for speeding on a jet ski and trying to escape from the police. All this drama took a toll on Spot's music career. He released only a few tracks in 2022, and none of them were as successful as his hit song, Beatbox. His latest solo track barely got any streams on Spotify. If only he had focused on making more hits, he could have bounced back in the music industry. But instead, he got arrested again and again. And this time, he was caught driving a red Corvette and trying to flee from the feds. To make matters worse, the police found a loaded gun with a switch in his car, along with another magazine. Now, Spot faces serious charges, including resisting arrest, possessing a firearm illegally, and burglary. With these past legal issues and now this, Spot could be looking at a long time behind bars. He could have left all the drama behind him after his hit song, but instead he ruined his career and might end up in prison for years. And just like Spot a rapper whose career went downhill after being called out for being a rat is Pop Hunter. The 21-year-old rapper from Philly first gained major attention in the fall of 2020 with his single Adderall going viral on TikTok. By mid-December, a remix featuring a verse from fellow Philadelphia rapper Lil Uzi Vert was released. To show love to another rapper from his city, Uzi jumped on his track for free to promote the single. Besides the Corvette remix, Uzi also contributed a verse to Pop Hunter's song Take Off, which appeared on his debut mixtape Mud Baby, released at the end of 2021. Even though this feature with Uzi was great for him at the time, it unfortunately marked the beginning of his downfall. Just days after Mud Baby dropped, paperwork surfaced online showing that when Pop was 14, he witnessed a murder and cooperated fully with the police by telling them everything he knew. But at the same time, it's important to think about the fact that he was only 14 years old at the time. When this happened, his mom, who was also a witness, took him to the police to answer their questions. As a young kid who never really claimed to be a street member and who had just witnessed a murder involving his friends, he went with his mom and cooperated with the authorities. Is it fair to still call him a snitch and hold him responsible for it years later? I don't know, but what we do know is that this paperwork caused a huge backlash. Lil Uzi, who had collaborated with him, decided to distance himself. In a DM to Pop, Uzi said, "Little bro, you gotta take me off your EP. I can't accept what you did." Pop Hunter basically begged, explaining that everyone was turning against him for being loyal, and that he couldn't get features from other artists. Uzi responded, "Sorry lil bro, I just can't respect what you did." Pop Hunter shared the exchange on Instagram, expressing that he was thinking of quitting rap because the paperwork ruined his rep. Uzi even tweeted, "Need my verse back. Real street dudes stick to the code." The Corvette remix with Uzi's verse is still on streaming platforms, but the other remix for the song Take Off was removed, and Uzi deleted all promotional posts about their collaborations. Seeing Uzi separate himself from Pop Hunter led others to do the same, and Pop found it hard to work with other artists. While opinions differ on whether Uzi was right to cut ties with him, again it's crucial to remember Pop Hunter was only 14 at the time of the incident, and many might have done the same in his position. Nonetheless, some in the industry, like Wack 100, praised Uzi's decision, while others like Little TJ and YB and Namir offered varied perspectives. The controversy severely impacted Pop Hunter's career. Since the fallout, he has struggled with his mental health, posting about self-harm and expressing feelings of purposelessness. Despite releasing a few singles in 2021, none gained significant traction. Will Pop be able to bounce back? It's very doubtful. His reputation as a snitch has likely closed the door on future collaborations with big-name artists, and it's uncertain if he had the potential to establish himself as a lasting name in the rap scene. He might have just been another artist who got lucky with a viral TikTok hit. And to be honest, you could say the same could be said about the rapper and singer, Morray. 4 years ago, Morray thanks Marshmello's manager, Mo Shalizi, for saving his life and giving him a record deal. But today, in 2024, Morray sees the same person as the reason for his downfall, along with his music career. Before the manager called Morray's wife to offer him a contract, Morray was just a young troublemaker from North Carolina. His childhood wasn't easy, with an abusive father who left and a hardworking mother struggling to provide. Despite being smart and singing in the church choir, Morray often got into fights at school. At 12, they moved to Lebanon, Pennsylvania, hoping for a fresh start, but Morray's aggression only worsened. Feeling out of place, he fought even more, eventually getting kicked out of school. It was in Pennsylvania that Morray discovered rap music, sparking his true passion. Him and his mom decided to go back to North Carolina, learning from his past mistakes. He was determined to make things better. After becoming a dad, he realized he needed to set a good example for his son. Despite not having recorded any songs yet, he worked different jobs to support his family. In 2014, he felt inspired to start making music seriously. His wife encouraged him to write personal songs, which led to his first song, heavily influenced by Drake's style. Although his early tracks on SoundCloud didn't get many streams, his wife's advice changed his approach. Motivated by her feedback, he wrote a song about his life struggles, which later became his big hit, Quicksand. Initially, Morray posted the Quicksand video on YouTube in 2020, but it didn't gain much attention. However, a surprise call from Mo Shalizi, an experienced artist manager, changed everything. Mo didn't care about his circumstances and saw potential in his talent and reached out to him. After getting in touch with Morray, Mo became his manager and they reworked Quicksand for a professional release. Despite Morray's initial doubts, trusting Mo paid off when the song gained massive popularity. With Mo's support, Morray's music career took off, and he found himself recording songs in LA, leaving his worries about finding a job behind. He got some amazing shoutouts from big names like J. Cole, DJ Marshmello, DaBaby, and Jay-Z. Their support, along with some help from TikTok, helped his song Quicksand gain a lot of attention. This success landed Morray his first major record deal with Interscope Records, working together with Mo and Pick 6 Records. Morray dropped his first project under Interscope in April 2021 called Street Sermons. So far, things weren't looking too bad for Morray, especially after he featured on J. Cole's album on the track My Life with 21 Savage and joined Cole's tour as an opening act. He credits his success to his record label and Mo Shalizi, who he considers his mentor. Loyalty means a lot to Morray, but despite their early success, things started to go south between Morray and Mo after a couple of years. So over the next few years, things turned into a nightmare for Morray, who vented his frustration on Twitter, expressing anger toward the label and CEO despite his previous success. While 2021 marked the peak of his career, 2022 saw Morray releasing several singles, none matching the success of Quicksand. In 2023, he officially dropped only one song, High Price, under Interscope and Pick 6 Records. But it has now been over a year since Morray released new music, with his last project dating back over 3 years. Fans began to wonder about his disappearance, and he finally opened up about his struggles with labels and contracts, expressing his desire to release his art. Recent tweets hint at a rift between him and his label, particularly with Mo Shalizi and Pick 6 Records. Despite being listed on the label's website, Morray no longer has a social media connection with them. The exact cause of their disagreement remains unclear, but it's evident that Morray feels his label is preventing him from releasing music as he wishes. This situation is way too common, especially for new rappers. When their releases don't do well, labels often hold back on letting them drop more music. From a business perspective, this makes sense, as labels don't want to invest in artists who might flop. However, for the artist, it's a major setback, as it hampers their efforts to build a consistent career. Sometimes artists feel trapped by their contracts, but labels argue that they invested money expecting a successful project. Often artists fight to get released from their contracts, which is tough when you're independent. A good example would be someone like Lil Skies. Morray seems to be facing a similar situation, simply waiting to be released from his contract. While expressing frustration on social media might not help his case, it's clear he's eager to share his music. He presented what he thought was a finished album to J. Cole, but Cole advised him it needed more work. This delay is causing Morray's career to suffer, but like Quicksand, he can still find a way out. Now, at 31, he's set to go independent, facing a challenging road ahead. Despite his past success, only time will tell if he can bounce back. Though it's safe to say Mario Judah won't be making a full return anytime soon. In the past 15 months, Mario has barely been active on social media, only posting 4 songs to meet his label's requirements despite having over 500,000 followers. Once a viral sensation like the SoundCloud rap stars of 2017, he's faced challenges with management, labels, and his own choices, leading to a career decline. In summer 2020, Mario uploaded his self-produced song, Die Very Rough, on SoundCloud. Though it started slow, videographer J-Law saw potential and decided to manage him. J-Law's bold move, signing Mario despite his small following, paid off when the music video for Die Very Rough went viral, attracting record labels. They got a $300,000 offer, but the terms were bad, so J-Law advised Mario to reject it. Mario agreed, but later signed with another label behind J-Law's back, which kind of affected their relationship negatively. Mario's new releases with Atlantic Records didn't bring the promised success. To stay relevant, Mario pulled stunts like pretending to threaten Playboi Carti's album release, which gained him some attention. He even released an EP mimicking Carti's style, but when Carti dropped his album, Mario needed a new gimmick. His attempt to stage a dramatic confrontation with an ex on Instagram Live flopped, and his popularity continued to decline even more. Mario turned to NFT projects for income, but lacked the spark he once had. Leaving J-Lo for a bad contract with new management likely contributed to his downfall. But a rapper to end his career before it even started is Superstar Pride. Yeah, so you may not know who Superstar Pride is, but you definitely have heard his song.
And mama, don't worry, you raised the gangster, I'ma survive.
So Pride grew up in Sardis, Mississippi and started making music at a young age. When he was 6 years old, he received help from one of his mom's friends, who was a rapper, to write his first lyrics about school. This sparked Pride's interest in rapping, although it wasn't always his main focus. In school, he was actually an all-star athlete playing football, baseball, and basketball alongside working on his music. By the age of 12, he began recording tracks on an Android tablet. His first upload on SoundCloud at 15 went unnoticed by others, but it still garnered around 1.5k streams, showing him the potential for success. Over the next few years, rapping remained a side interest for him. However, at 17, after recording a track called Free Wop, he realized that he could elevate his music career by dedicating himself to recording in the studio. Pride emphasized to Double XL magazine that it's crucial to fully commit to your goals and take action rather than just talking about them. He acknowledged that success doesn't happen overnight, but requires consistent effort and dedication. For a while, he wasn't sure if his rap career would succeed, so he worked hard on the side doing yard work to make ends meet. Then in 2022, he finally released his first mixtape titled 5 Pounds of Pressure in October. It gained some attention, but everything changed in February 2023 when Pride started using TikTok. He posted a snippet of his song Painting Pictures, and within a day it got 250k views. The next clip he posted hit over 2 million views in just 4 hours, showing him he had something special. The track became a hit on TikTok, with Pride's distinctive hairstyle grabbing people's attention. He explained to Double XL that his hair was unkempt, and he hadn't cut it for about a year and a half. His uncle encouraged him to keep it, saying it would give him a unique look and make him a superstar. He gained massive popularity on TikTok with his song Painting Pictures. With over 100 million streams and reaching number 25 on the Billboard charts, it seemed like he was on the brink of stardom. However, now he's facing serious legal trouble after being charged with murder. Here's what happened. Just under a year ago, some news came out that superstar Pride was accused of murder. On July 19th, the Panola County Sheriff's Office responded to a call and found Marcus Wheatley dead behind his house. Wheatley, a barber known for his kindness, was allegedly brutally murdered by superstar Pride. According to Wheatley's grandmother, she witnessed Pride entering Marcus's house, followed by an argument. What this argument was about is anyone's guess, but if my barber gave me that same haircut, I'd be heated too. Going back to the story, Marcus ran out while Pride chased him with a gun, firing shots that struck Marcus and caused him to collapse. Pride then approached Marcus and fired 3 more shots before confronting Marcus's grandmother and threatening her. Afterward, Pride allegedly fired 1 more shot into Marcus's head before fleeing the scene in his truck, which was later found abandoned by the police. Following an investigation, Pride's family contacted authorities and he surrendered himself. Pride has since been charged with first-degree murder and hasn't bonded out as of right now. Yeah, that's wild. Overall, it's important to remember that fame is fleeting and success can be a double-edged sword. These artists experience the dizzying highs of viral fame only to face the harsh realities of the industry. But their stories serve as cautionary tales, reminding us that behind every viral hit, there are real people with real struggles. In the times we're living in, the landscape of music and social media is always changing. Let's not forget the human side of the artists we celebrate and critique. Behind the numbers and the trends, there are dreams, aspirations, and sometimes tragic falls from grace. But anyways, if you stay to the end, you're a real one. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content. Let me know what you think about the rappers in the comment section below. And until next time, I'll catch you in the next video.